Let's live in this for now, because if we look forward to a couple of days, a lot of this is going to be melting with our big warm up. But these are some of the snowfall amounts that we've seen just over the past 12 hours. Stony Creek, 6 inches of snow. So we're talking half a foot of snow. And then we go up towards Madrid, 7.3 inches of snow. Bristol, 7.5 inches of snow. This is a good dose of snowfall that fell pretty quickly in these areas. We still have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings, but you see in those dark blue and those lighter blue colors. Now you go over towards, say, the Lake Erie lake effect snow belt. That's where we're seeing the lake effect snow, because we have very little ice to speak of covering our Great Lakes. So we bring a system like this over the Great Lakes, and then we have the cold enough air. Yes, you're going to get lake effect snow, but we are going to see the warm up in a couple of days. So this snow will be a thing of the past. Detroit seeing snow right now. Cleveland, not quite yet, but you have snow moving in your direction. Buffalo, not reporting snow at the moment, but as the day goes on, we'll definitely pick up in intensity as far as the snowfall goes. So here's the timing for us as we bring this entire low pressure system across New England. Then you see the lake effect snow as the cold air starts to move over the relatively warmer lakes and ice-free lakes. Erie, Buffalo, Cleveland, all seeing snow, as well as Pittsburgh State College. Scranton even seeing just a little bit of snow. It's not going to be a lot, but it will be some as you start off your week on Monday. Monday morning, we're still seeing snow in Burlington. And by the way, the I-95 corridor, way too warm to see any type of wintry precipitation, but it's not going to be warm. It's just going to be a little bit cooler than, say, we have seen for the past couple of days. Now let's look at the snowfall still to come. Some of our higher elevations, we could see an additional maybe 8 inches of snow. And then if you go down towards the Erie snow belt, that's where we're going to pile up the lake effect snow, 5 to 8 inches of snow before all is said and done. Temperature change has been a little bit wild over the past couple of weeks or so, right? Because we get these cold blasts. It cools things down for a couple of days. And then we see a big rapid warm up and temperatures in many regards that have been breaking records left and right. So this is the 24-hour temperature change. We're 21 degrees colder in Columbus, Ohio than we were this time yesterday. And this is reflecting in our current temperatures. We're at the freezing mark in Columbus. Notice how Boston, New York, Philly, Washington, D.C., all way too warm to see any type of wintry precipitation. But everybody sees the wind, and the wind chill is not only going to be a factor today and throughout the day, but also tomorrow as you start off your work week. But Mark, we know that the wind is doing a number on our temperatures, but it's also causing some other problems in the north. Well, let's take a live look at Detroit, where snow showers this morning. You have them. It's hard to see, though. You can see a little bit of the low visibility off in the distance with the snow showers coming down. Temperatures are only in the 30s. Feels like temperatures, your wind chill in the 20s. But we won't deal with the snow as we start off the upcoming week. In fact, this is more of a one-day event for you in Detroit, where we're seeing snow and blowing and drifting snow today, as our highs are only going to make it to perhaps the upper 30s. That might even be a tough sell with all the cloud cover and just the fact that we're not going to see a lot of sunshine today. Big difference by the time we get to Wednesday. Look at this, 65 degrees. So all the snow that's falling today is going to be very much a thing of the past by the middle of the week. It's not just Detroit that's warming up. It's many of us that are going to see a pretty intense warm up over the next couple of days as we build in above average temperatures once again, just like what Mark was saying, when the atmosphere kind of likes to repeat its pattern over and over again. We've seen this several times in the past couple of weeks, where we warm up big time across the northern tier. That starts to expand into parts of the northeast, the mid-Atlantic, and the southeast. So the warm up is starting tomorrow for you in the northern tier. And we're talking areas like Minnesota, Minneapolis, Marquette, Rapid City, Bismarck, all the way down to OKC. That's where the warm up is going to begin. And we're talking temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Keep in mind, our average high temperature in St. Cloud this time of year is in the 30s. Instead, we're talking record-breaking temperatures, or at least record-tying temperatures, as Paul, we make it all the way to the 60s. To Seattle, where this is what you're going to be experiencing not only today, but pretty much as we go into the first couple of days of the week. And the rain is going to make it a lot less fun to walk down maybe about the West Seattle or Capitol Hill Farmers Market today. The rain is going to be sticking around for the next couple of days, so expect when you wake up on Monday, when you wake up on Tuesday, it is going to be a wet commute to work. That's the rain in Seattle, Portland, Northern California. But then we take you into where we're going to be seeing snow and some decent snow in the Cascades, actually. That's going to make travel difficult up and over some of the mountain passes. 2 to 3 feet of snow expected. And then we get into the Colorado Rockies, and that's where we're going to be seeing another decent round of snow. We saw a little bit last week, even in the Denver metro. We ended up with about 2 inches of snow. Not a lot to speak of, but March is actually some of our times that we see the snowiest weather in Denver. Right now, big differences in the models in our system for the later part of the week. This is the European model, and it's really highlighting parts of the Front Range seeing the heaviest snow. But then we flip over to the American model. Not only is it highlighting the Front Range, but it's highlighting parts of the San Juan Mountains. It's really blowing the snow out of proportion, I think, just a little bit. We'll have to see how the details work out, but I think the GFS might be running a little bit hot right now as far as some of those snowfall amounts. Here's a look at what we're seeing at the moment. We have a rain-snow mix in Spokane, Portland. You're seeing rain. We're dry in areas like South Lake Tahoe as well as Mammoth Lakes, but we'll see several rounds of moisture that push in over the next couple of days. And with that, we will see rain, but we're also going to see snow back into the Sierra. Not anything compared to our last system, right, where we're seeing those blockbuster snowfall amounts. But still, we're putting more snow on the snowpack, which will be very useful in those drier, hotter months when we rely on our water resources like the snowpack to melt. Here we get into Tuesday, just a quick dose of snow in parts of Jackson as well as parts of Colorado, but it's going to be the second half of the week that we really see this system ramp up and provide us with the bigger snowfall amounts in the Colorado Rockies and parts of the Intermountain West. Denver, you're included in that. I think still a lot of details to work out on exactly how much snow we end up with in Denver. This is Thursday into Friday when we switch back over into that rain-snow mix. But Paul, bottom line that we do see big snows in Denver in March. It's one of the times of year that we see the biggest snows, so we'll have to watch this forecast very closely.
Yeah, March